Sunlight. Okay, welcome. New York stream. Okay, currently I'm looking at gold. Give me a moment. Okay, so I'm actually right now looking at gold, and I do see some potential sell, which actually the price has already reached my zone. Okay, so I'll be looking for the sell opportunity. Okay, just give me a moment. Okay. Right now, I'm still waiting for confirmation on the lower time frame. Okay, which is on the 15 minute. So I will wait for the confirmation to happen first. Okay, and then only I'll hop in for the trade. Okay. Just give me a minute, yeah. Okay, so if you do see my analysis here, I've done this analysis which is yesterday. Okay, I'm expecting the price to actually reach this zone here, and then which the price has already reached. Okay, I will go down to the 15 minute, and like I said, my confirmation is basically what I want to see, which is a change of the market structure, right? Which is something like this. So if we do see this rally, we need this shoulder, right? A break above of this, comes back below, break this, and then we can put our sell limit. We sell here, and then we can aim for the low. Okay, so this is what I'm expecting for gold. Okay, so right now on the 15 minute, I do see a potential entry, right? If you look at the price has already tapped in, okay, and if we do see this rally here, we do have this low here, and we do see this breaking above, right? So now what we want to see is this price to break below, breaking this low, then we can set our sell limit and aim for the low. Okay, and if you do see a pretty good confirmation as well, okay, this is my hour 4 zone. Okay, and if we look at this candle's high, we pull a horizontal line. Okay, you can see the candle did not close above, right? Which means this for me is a good sign. Which if you guys know what's SMC, right, then this is a liquidity sweep, right? And candle close below. Even these two candles is closing below, right? So now we want to see this dump breaking this low here. Okay, breaking this low, probably I would say this is safer. Okay, to break this low, then we can actually get in for our sell limit. Okay, so we're going to get an entry here. Stop loss is at this high. Okay, we're going to give it a little bit of room to breathe. At 27 pips, I'm going to give it another 5 pips, which is about 32 to 33 pips. Right, so this is what I'm looking at. Okay, and I'm going to aim my first target, which is at this low here. Okay, at this support area, which is a rally base rally here. Okay, this is going to be my first target, and then eventually I'm going to aim at this low, and then eventually here. Okay, so I do have a few things going on already, so I will want to wait for this structure to happen. Okay, so I will set an alarm here so that I'll be notified when the price breaks below. Okay, so I've actually been waiting for this zone here for about 2 days already. Okay, so I want to get more confirmations before I hop in. Okay, if you guys actually took the trade yesterday for Euro USD, right? It actually hit our break even already, so we'll see if there's any more possibilities entries for Euro USD. Okay, but for right now we don't have any possible entries, right? So we'll wait for Euro USD to see how it's going to work out for us. Okay. Just give me a minute. All right. Okay, so right now this candle just opened about 4 minutes ago, so we're going to see in another 11 minutes how this is going to happen, right? If this dump created a very huge dump to the downside, okay, I will look for entries at this level, but I would probably also look for entries around this area here, right? If you guys know what is SMC, I'm going to repeat again. It's something we call a fair value gap, right? So if there's a fair value gap here, and if it's going to form a gap here, right, a fair value gap, which is a price imbalance, then I will take the trade in that area, right? So our stop loss will be smaller, right, because our stop loss is going to be fixed at this level here, right? Our TP is going to be at this level, it's going to be fixed. So we want to just see if there's any more possible entries that we can get. Okay, so we'll just hold on to it. Okay, right now I will just do a very quick analysis for other pairs, and then we'll come back to gold and see how the price is going to react. Okay, I've already set an alert here. Okay, so we won't be missing out for this. Okay, USD CAD. I'm still waiting for this zone here for a buy. Okay, I'm waiting for this zone here for a buy. So we have to wait a little while more to see how this price is going to play out for us. Okay, I'm just going to minimize my zone a little. I'm going to precise my zone. Okay, so this is going to be my zone, which also correlates with this bigger zone here that I've set. Right, this is my zone that I've put in, and this bigger box outside here is the one that I've also set, which also correlates between the resistance being broken and became a support. Right, so this is a zone that I will look out for. Okay, so for USD CAD, we will have to wait to see if there's any more movement. Okay, as you guys might know, today we do have news, but at 9:30 it's all for the Canadian, right? Of course, Canadian, this pair is going to move, right? Just give me a minute. Okay. Right. So if we look at the Canadian news, we do have the CPI, right? Previous was negative 0.3, the forecast is 0.4, so the effect is actual greater than forecast is going to be good for currency, right? So what do I see here is basically 0.4 is definitely going to be better than the previous, right? If the actual comes out anything higher than negative 0.3, right? If it's negative 0.2 or negative 0.1, it's still going to be good for the Canadian, right? So what I see here is basically this level I'm not going to hop in when the price taps, okay? Because if the Canadian is strong, which means USD CAD is going to dump, right? So if it dumps and if it breaks below this zone, then obviously this zone is not possible for us to hop in, right? So we will wait and see how this pair is going to play out. But if this is going to tap in before the news, then we will hop in, okay? Nobody. Just sell UCAD. You can if you want, but I'm not going to do so because if you look at this level here, these are all minor resistance, right? This is broken. The price came back, retested, and already rejected twice, right? Rejected once here, came back twice. So obviously this is a support, right? But this is a minor support here, right? So we won't know if this support is going to hold or this support is going to fail, right? Obviously I'm going to be looking at this level, right? So this is going to be the zone that I'm keeping an eye on. Okay. USD CHF. I still don't have any solid confirmations. Okay, so this is something that I will hold on to it first before I hop in. Plus I also don't prefer the structure that it's happening here, right? You see a lot of candle breaking in and out of the zone, a lot of wicks, right? So it's something that I will avoid. Marcelo, can you look for XAU USD? Look for gold. Okay, back to gold. Basically, I have my zone set, okay, at this level here at 2027 to 2030. Price tapped in, okay. Basically, on my 15-minute, I'm waiting for price to break this low, which is at 2025. If the price breaks below, closing below 2025, I will go ahead and put my sell limit at 2025 with my stops at 2028 and my TP at 2013. Right, so that's going to be my target. So for gold, I'll be basically waiting for more confirmations before I hop in. Okay, USD JPY, there's no solid confirmation as well. Okay, but right now we do see a trend line here being formed, right? Okay, we do have a trend line here going to the downside. We also do see price rejected at this level, and currently price is like just floating around there. Okay, it's in between our support and resistance, so we'll wait for more confirmations before we hop in. Okay, GBP USD, like I've said, I'm looking for price to go back to this fib level, which is at 0.5 to 618 level. If it holds, it's going to dump the price. If it doesn't, it's going to come back to this level, and I'm waiting for this level to actually take a shot. Okay, so for GBP USD, my direction is I'm going to short this pair. Okay, AUD USD, if we do see this thing didn't happen for me, okay, there's no confirmation, so I did not hop in. Okay, right now I'll be waiting to see, because we do notice that the price has broken above, right? So I'll be waiting for the price to reach this level here, confirmation to happen, right? Something like this, and I'm going to short it at this level back. Okay, so this is what I'm going to look for AUD USD. Okay. All right, so Euro USD, we took the trade yesterday. Price came down here to about 10 pips. Yesterday, I've also said to take partials or close the trade or just set break even if you wish, right? If you didn't, today you actually got back the 10 pips, right? But like I've said also to set break even, and the price actually hit our break even and actually broken above, right? So we didn't manage to get more profit from this trade, but right now we do see the price breaking above. We do see this trend line being broken here. Okay, this break might happen like this, right? We wouldn't know, so we want to see at this new candle that opened at 7 p.m. just now, okay, which opened at 6 p.m. okay. There's another hour, 1 hour and 20 more minutes to go. We'll see how this is going to form. If this is going to be closing above, then we will be looking for buys for Euro USD. When this price retrace, then we will be looking for buys, right? Reason why I say so is because if you look at this trend line, if this is broken and this candle close above, right, which means this resistance is also broken, right, which means it can't hold this resistance anymore. It can't hold the price. It can't reject the price, right? So basically I'll be looking for buys when it retraces. Okay, so this is going to be for Euro USD. How do you start analysis before trade? Can you give some tips? How do I start analysis? Basically I mark out my zone every day. Okay, like for example, if I'm looking at NZD USD, right? Okay, this zones is being marked out 2-3 weeks ago, right? So if the price respects this zone, then it's just going to bounce between these two zones, right? Between the support and also the resistance, right? But if we do see what happened today is NZD USD actually broken above, right? It breaks above and it's currently probably going to go even higher, right? To this resistance here. So all this, like for this resistance here, right? I marked it probably like 2-3 weeks or maybe a month ago, right? What you have to do is just to wait for the price to come back to you, right? So before you even start your trade, right? Basically, when you start your day, you should actually do your analysis first, right? Look at the chart, see where the current price is, right? And then when you know the current price, basically when you're on live market, you can see where the current price is, right? So when you look at the current price, then you look to your left to see what is going on there. But you always have to start your analysis on a bigger time frame, right? For me, I started with the hour 4, okay, and then on hour 4, I will slowly move down to hour 1 or 30-minute or 15-minute, right? Basically, my 15-minute is where I look for confirmations, and also I take my entry on the 15-minute. Okay, so this will be for the way that I do my analysis. Okay, so like for NZD USD, I was actually looking for a short here. The price did dump a little, but then it retraced and broken above, right? So right now I'm using this as a support right now, right? But we can't forget that this price here is rejecting at the moment due to this week, right? If you look at this week here, also rejected, right? So if this is going to reject, then most likely we'll be looking for a short position somewhere around here, okay? Because this is also a resistance here. Okay, as long as the candle body is not broken above, then we can look for shorts. But with that being said, we can also look at this resistance area here at the top, right? Because this top resistance is basically a support level, right? From resistance became a support, right? And then broke again finally with a retest, okay? And then we can look for a second retest here again, okay? So we'll see how this is going to play out, okay, before we actually hop in. Okay, GBP AUD. Okay, so GBP AUD on the hour 4, we do see the price coming back to our support level here. Okay, which just tapped in. If you go into the 15-minute, you're going to be looking for confirmations, right? Right now, we don't have anything yet, right? We do see this massive dump. Okay, this massive dump. If you have this dump, you need the price to retrace back a little, right? Breaks below again, breaking this low, comes back, breaking this high, and then when it breaks, you can just set your buy limit at this level and then just ride it up all the way to the resistance, right? Your stop loss is going to be below this this low here, right? So this is going to be for GBP AUD, okay? Right now GBP AUD is just tapped in, so we need to see more structures, right? If you're going to compare it with gold, gold, I've been seeing it since the evening, right? I've been looking at this rally, right? And then eventually it just hit my zone, right? And I noticed this move here, this structure here. And I also noticed that we have this liquidity sweep here. Okay, so if this is swept and the candle is not closing above, then we can look for potentials that this candle is going to come back below, breaking this low, right? If it break this low, then that is where I will set my sell limit at, okay? So for GBP AUD, we want to see the same thing, right? But right now we don't have any structures being formed on the 15-minute because the price just tapped in. So we will have to wait a little while more, okay? Like a QM pattern for confirmation. Yes, basically yes. So for people that don't know what is a QM, QM is what you call it short form for Quasimodo level, right? So Quasimodo level is basically this is what you see. If you're going for a sell, you want to see this kind of thing happen, right? With this break, okay, this is Quasimodo. Okay, a lot of people misunderstand Quasimodo and head and shoulder. Head and shoulder is like this, right? This is head and shoulder. Okay, Quasimodo is basically you have this break here, then you actually place your short position here, right? Your stop loss at the high, and then your TP will be at the low, right? This is for sorry. Okay, this is for Quasimodo. Okay, if it's a head and shoulder, you want to see this being formed. Okay, when you see this being formed, okay, my art is not very good, so bear with me. Okay, you have a left shoulder. Okay, left shoulder form. You have a head, comes back to this neckline, and then you have a right shoulder, and then it breaks the right shoulder, right? So when it breaks the right shoulder, not breaks the right shoulder, basically it breaks the neckline. This is your neckline, right? When it breaks your neckline, that's where you sell, right? Your sell is going to be at this neckline. The stop loss is going to be above, right, on top of the head, and this is going to be at the low, right? So how you're going to get entry is once you see this pattern, okay, you wait for the pullback to here, and then you just dump it, right? So this is what you will see. Basically, is like what ZZ on TikTok says, like a QM pattern for confirmation, right? So basically, that's what I want to look at for gold, right? Also GBP AUD. So you don't misunderstand. This is head and shoulder, and I'm looking for is QM, right? So it's, you can also look for head and shoulder, okay? But I think QM is a much more easier confirmation you will get before getting head and shoulder. Okay, so GBP JPY, basically I don't have any trades for GBP JPY, right? I'm only going to be waiting for this support or the price comes to this level, then I'll look for shorts, and here I'll look for buy. Okay, GBP CHF is the same as well. I don't have any possible entries. What I'm waiting for is the price to come back to this level and the support, then I will look for buys above. Okay, GBP CAD is at this level, but it's going to be risky if we hop in right now, because if we do see, this is a huge range here, right? If we look at this level here, it's a huge range and it's in middle of the range, right? If it's at this lower support here, then yes, I will hop in. But if it's in the middle here, which is a risky support, a very high risk support, then I will not take that trade. Okay, so GBP CAD, I will hold on to it, and I will see for more price action before I hop in. Okay, GBP NZD, we do see this break below this support level. Okay, what we want to see is basically a retest. Okay, a retest back to this level, and then we can dump it to this low here, right? But if you are using this support here, then you already have a retest, which I'm not using. Okay, I'm using this a bigger picture, which is from support became a resistance, right? I marked this long time ago. Okay, so I'm just using this level. Basically, I'm not going to move my zone. If I set my zone, then I'm going to stick to my zone. Okay, so I'll be using this level. I'm going to wait for a retest before I start selling. Okay, Ryan K, gold please. Gold, okay. So gold, I've already done my analysis, right? This is the third time I'm doing it for this live. Okay, please pay attention. This box here, this zone here is at 2027 to 2030, right? It's my zone for me to sell gold. Okay, I've set the zone. Price has already gone into the zone. So right now I'm waiting for a confirmation before I start selling. There's many kind of confirmation, right? You can use like what I'm using is basically a QM pattern, right? You can also use like a doji reversal. You can use morning or evening star, right? You can also use bearish engulfing, right? Whatever suits you, right? So for me, I'm using something what we call it's a QM pattern, right? So I have this low here, and I'm waiting for the price to break this low. So what I'm waiting for, what I saw here is this price went up, created this high, came back below, created another high, right? Now the price is slowly dumping, and I want this price to break below, close below this black color line here, right? This horizontal line. If it breaks below, I'm going to put my sell limit in, and I'm going to wait for this price to collect my order and then dump all the way down. So this is what I'm waiting for. Okay. So Ryan K, so this is what I'm waiting for. You can mark it at your chart as well. This is on the 15 minute. Okay. How to do a top-down analysis? Can you show one pair for analysis? I can, but I want to go through with all the pairs first. I just do a very quick analysis before I do a top-down analysis, okay? Good explanation, easy to understand, thanks. Yep, you're welcome. Tuan Fairos, when can sell? When can sell? You wait for a price to break 2025.35. When the price break below, then you can put your sell limit, and then you wait for the price to collect your order and dump. Okay? Go just wait for market structure shift for sell on lower time frame. Yes, correct. Okay, so I'm going to go back to a quick analysis before I do a much more deeper analysis for whatever pair you guys want. So GBP CAD is not going to trade. GBP NZD, I'm waiting for a pullback. Okay, Euro AUD is currently at this support. Okay, also a bit risky as I do have another support here, right? This is going to be about 72 pips, so we can take a buy, okay? But on the 15-minute, I don't have any confirmation, right? If I want to see a market structure shift, right, change of character or a QM pattern, right, I need this to retrace first, right? So we do have this dump. I need this to retrace, breaks below, breaks above, retrace, and then I'll buy. Okay, if you're going to use this dump here like this, yes, it's also a structure, right? Then you're going to wait for this break above here, comes back, then you buy. Which means if you're going to wait for this, your buy is going to be here, stop loss below here, which is at 33 pips, and your TP is going to be at the high, right? So this is going to be what you're looking at. Okay, your risk to reward is 1 to 3.5, right? But not everyone is willing to risk 30 pips per trade. I'm not sure about you guys. For me, I don't mind risking 30 pips. Okay, I will be looking at this level as well. Okay, but I want the price to form a better level on the low here, right? So if it gives me a better level, right, if it gives me a better entry price, then my entry, I can move it, right? If this is going to form, right, if you look at this 15-minute, if this is going to form like this, okay, I will have a better entry. I will have my entry at this level. I will have my stop loss at this level. It's also about 25 pips, right? You give another buffer of 5 to 10, it's about 30 pips as well, right? No difference, but I do have a better entry level. Okay, I don't have to be getting the entry at the top here as well, right? And most probably maybe this is just somewhere around here, right? Maybe it's not too far off, right? Then your stop loss is just going to be like this, about 16 pips, right? It's about 16 pips around here. You give a buffer 17, another 5 pips, about 22 pips, right? So you have roughly like this kind, and you have a better risk to reward. You have a 1 to 6, right? So you want to see a better movement. So for Euro AUD, I'll be waiting for now at this level, okay? But I will also see if it will form a better price here. Okay, so Euro AUD done. Okay, EUR CAD is still in this range. This small break doesn't mean that it's broken, because you can see the price rejecting, right? Reason it rejects because of all this shadow here, right? So that's the reason why it rejects. But you also can see that the candle broke below, right? A solid close below, but it's still rejected above, right? So if you look to your left, then you will notice that I'll just put a line here, okay? You will notice that this is also a support area, right? Resistance broken, became support. That is why the price has been rejecting, right? So Euro CAD, I'll wait for more price action. I don't like this range here. Okay, I don't know what the price is doing here. Okay, so I'll wait for a better entry, better structure, then only I place my entry. Okay, Euro GBP right now is at this level, resistance here. Okay, but I don't have any confirmations for me to sell. Okay, the only thing that I can wait for is basically at this level here, right, which is very, very far off, right? You can have a much more aggressive entry, which is at this level. Okay, but of course, then if you're going to get in at this level, then you need to risk lesser, Okay, so for Euro GBP, I'll also keep an eye on. Okay, I will just see how the price is going to play out, and if I like what I'm seeing, then I will give you guys a signal for Euro GBP. Okay. Euro JPY at the moment I don't have anything. We do see this break above this high here. Okay. I do have this buy level which I'm waiting for the price to come back. Okay. For a sell, basically, if I'm looking at, you always look at your current price and then look to your left, right? If I'm looking on my left, the price is currently rejecting at this level, right? The price is rejecting. So if you want to hop in, you can, but not forgetting on the upper side here, we do have another level, right? We do have multiple resistance zone. Okay, so it just depends on which zone suits you and which zone has a confirmation, right? So on the 15-minute time frame, you want to see this break here, right? You have a high, right? Basically what you see is this price goes up, comes back, breaks above, and now it needs to break this low before you actually can hop in. So it's still very far away, about 36 more pips to go. Will it come back? We don't know. Okay, so we'll just see how this is going to play out before we hop in. Okay, so this will be for Euro JPY. Euro NZD, like I've said, I did this analysis last week. So what we see here is what happened here exactly, right? Price rallied, broke below, rallied, broke below. Okay, so right now we are looking for possible maybe a scalp for buys, right? But we do have a very risky entry at this level here. If I'm going to use this zone, I'm just going to use the shadow. The price is not there yet. Okay, current price is floating at this level. Okay, current price is floating at this level. We'll see if there's any confirmation. Okay, if there is, then we might be able to hop in. Okay, but what you see is you don't have any structure yet, right? You want to see something being formed before you actually hop in. Okay, so Euro NZD, I'll keep a close eye as well. I'll just see how the market is going to play out. Okay, Jimmy, GU pair. Okay, just give me a minute. GU, I've done my analysis. Okay, basically, I have a buy zone here, right? But the price did not come back, right? This one already happened. So I actually took this zone yesterday. I'm waiting for this price to come back. You can also scalp a buy at this level, right? But at this level, it's going to be slightly risky. Okay, I'm actually looking to short GBP USD because if we look at the trend here, the price has been going up, and if you look at the bigger trend, we do see price slowly coming down, right? We don't have any higher highs. It's all lower highs, right? So what I'm seeing is I'm going to short GBP USD, but I do have this level. Basically, I have my high here and my low. Okay, this top red line is my high and this is my low, and this line here, this zone here is my Fibonacci 0.5 to 0.618 level, right? So I'm waiting for the price to come back here, confirmation, then I sell, or I'm going to wait for the price to come back to this level, okay, at the resistance, then I'm going to short it at this level. Okay, so GBP USD, I'll be looking for shorts, but it's either from these two levels. Okay. Okay, Euro CHF. We'll just do a quick one. There's just a few more pairs to go. Euro CHF is currently at this 4-hour resistance here. Okay, which I've also placed my zone, which obviously just tapped in. So 15-minute, we don't have any structure yet, right? What you can wait for is basically this low to be taken out. Okay, but we don't have a solid structure being formed. So we'll wait and see how the price is going to play out. Okay. AUD, CAD, I was waiting for this change, but it did not happen. Okay. The price actually rallied. This hour 4 candle actually broke this high. Nonetheless, it's still at this resistance level. If we do see it this way, then Okay, we will see something like this now. Okay, for this structure to happen, I need to see a much more movement on the hour 4, probably a few more candles. So basically AUD CAD, I will just look at this pair probably in 1 or 2 more days to see how the price is going to play out. Can you do AUD USD next? AUD USD, okay. AUD USD, basically I'm waiting for the price to come back to this level here. My zone here has been taken out, okay, has broken above. I'm waiting for price to come back to this resistance here, okay, then I'm going to short it. So this is my zone up here. But when it comes in, I'll wait for this structure like this to happen on 15 minutes, then I'll hop in. Okay, so this is going to be for AUD USD. So basically AUD USD is currently in the middle of my support and resistance, right? So I'm not going to hop in at the moment. I'm just going to wait for it. Okay. AUD CHF, I don't have a zone. I don't have a resistance. Okay, but we'll be using, right, because I was actually planning to short it here, but the price did not give me the opportunity, right? So I'm going to look at a higher level. Okay. I'll be using this resistance zone. It's very far away. It's in the middle right now. Okay. Reason why is because we do see this resistance here tested multiple times. Okay. So I'll be using this level. Not forgetting as well, we do have this structure here, a rally, right? Basically, if you look at a bigger picture, you have this movement, right? It broke below, retest, dump. Okay, we do have this movement being formed. So I'll be using this level, but this level is slightly risky for a resistance. But if it holds, that is a very strong resistance. Okay. CAD JPY, hold on, I just go through with the AUD pair first. Okay. AUD NZD, I don't have a support, which I'll be using this level here. Right? Why specific this level? I'm using this bullish engulfing. Right? So if this candle engulfs this candle, then I'm using this candle. Okay, I'm taking the full zone, the full candle, which is only about 8 pips. Right? So I'll be using this zone here. So if the price comes in, I'll look for a buy. Okay, AUD JPY is currently at my resistance area. Okay, on the 15-minute, obviously we also don't have any confirmation yet. What you can look at is this level to be broken. Okay, at 98.409, this level to be broken, then we will hop in for a sell. Okay, okay, CAD JPY. CAD JPY is basically in between my support and also my resistance. If you can see, my resistance, my support. It's in between. So if it's in between, I'm not going to look at this pair anymore, right? Until this price moves to either my resistance or my support. So for this pair, I'm not going to take a trade, okay? NZD CAD has broken above. I was waiting for this change of character here, but it did not happen. Okay, it broken above. We'll be looking at another resistance for a sell, which will be at this level, very far off. So we can look for buys at the moment to hit this resistance, right? So we want to see the price actually retrace back to this support that is broken. Okay, this resistance that is broken, which became a support, we want to see this retrace and then hopefully all the way back up to the resistance. Okay, so I'll be waiting for this pair. Probably if you're saying a 4-hour candle, a 4-hour chart is going to probably take a few candles to happen, right? But we do have, not forgetting, we do have the CAD news coming on later. Okay, so we'll see how the CAD is going to play out for us. Okay, NZD CHF, I'm waiting at this resistance. No change of character here, so I can't take this trade. NZD JPY has broken above. I'm waiting for a pullback for a buy, and then hopefully to reach this level here. Okay. CAD CHF is in between as well. Okay. CHF JPY as well, also in between my zones, right? So these are the pairs that I won't be looking at if they are in my zone. Okay, so I will hop on back to gold, okay, because gold is looking quite interesting at the moment, and we might have a possible entry for gold. So we'll look at gold to see how it's going to play out for us. Any pairs that you guys want me to do analysis for? Maybe some, everyone has their own favorite pair that they trade, right? So maybe if you guys have your own pairs that you trade, you can let me know. Then I'll help you to analyze it and see what you should look for. Okay, so right now for gold, I've placed this horizontal line here. Okay, I'm waiting for the price to actually break below, right? So if the price is not breaking below, then obviously I won't be taking a sell, right? Because that's going to be my confirmation. So I will wait out to see how this price is going to play out before I actually get a sell position. Okay, so we'll wait and see how the US session is going to play out for us. Okay, it's 9 o'clock now. 9:08, right? In about 20 more minutes, we will see the US volume coming in. Then hopefully we will be able to snatch a quick scalp, just a hit and run. Okay. Muhammad Afiq, 66. What? Yeah. What do you mean by 66? Okay. Any pairs that you want me to analyze for you guys? Any questions or anything that you guys want to know? Feel free to ask. I will be happy to guide you guys. So for those who are not in my Telegram channel, okay, please do hop into my Telegram channel. All right, there's a link in my bio, right? Go to the link and just join our channel, or you can just search for this this link here in your Telegram, okay, and then just hop in. And basically what we do is we provide you guys with with knowledge. We give you guys signals, okay. We do live every day. We do live stream. Basically, mostly will be on the US session, right? On the New York session. Okay, we do live every day, Monday to Friday. But of course, if there's some things that needs to be done during the night time, then I will hop on for either London or the Asian session. Okay, but most of the time it will be for the New York session, right? So do join our Telegram channel, right? It's for free. We don't ask you to pay for anything. There's no subscription package or whatever, right? So hop in and see if it works out for you, and see if it's gonna benefit you. Okay. Any questions? Any pairs that you guys are interested to look at? Okay. For TikTok, I will be turning off my live stream in a few more minutes. Okay, so please do hop on to my Telegram, and you will see a link to my YouTube channel. Okay, then you can actually continue watching my live stream from YouTube. Okay, so you can take a screenshot, or you can go to my link in the bio, right? Just click the link, or you can just search this link in your Telegram. Okay, I will turn off my live in about 3 more minutes for TikTok, and then I will just continue my stream on YouTube. Okay, and if you guys want to have an opportunity to hop in for gold, then please do join my YouTube live. Okay. Okay, as soon as this 15-minute candle, as soon as this candle closes in about 3 more minutes, then I will turn off my live for TikTok. So today, basically the Asian session, we don't see too much of a volume. Usually on the Asian session, right, in the morning, I will look at the chart, but I don't take trades. Reason is because there's not much of a volume to trade during the morning, right? So I will just avoid trading in the morning, and then I will just actually hop in to look at the chart during the London session, right? So when London session opens, I will look at the chart to see if there's any possible entries, because London session carries volume as well, right? But of course, if we look at the New York session, it's going to be a much more bigger volume, right? So I will only hop on to the chart to look at the chart during London. Okay, I will just mark out any possibilities that we can take, and then if it's not triggered, I will wait until New York to see it will be triggered, right? So that's how I set up my trading plan. Okay, I think there's, if I'm not mistaken, there's a comment just now that asked for a top-down analysis, right? So since we are looking at gold, I will just do gold, right? Because I think gold is a pair that a lot of traders like to look at, right? Okay, so I'll just take a new chart here. Okay. Okay, so basically this chart on gold, I don't have any zones, right? Okay, there's no zones here. Okay, so I will just do a top-down analysis to see what you need to look out for. So if you guys want to see if you guys want to learn how to actually take analysis, do analysis, right? Then you just try to see and try to learn what I'm doing. Okay, so basically I always start. For me, I barely look at the monthly, weekly, and daily, right? I do look at those time frame, but I don't look at it every day. I don't see it always, right? Reason for that is because on the daily, weekly, and monthly is too big, right? Basically, if you look at this candle here, this one candle represents the whole day, right? If you go for weekly, then you will also know this candle represents the whole week, and monthly is this candle, this shadow to this shadow here represents the whole month, right? So if we look at monthly, right, which is December last year, we do see a new higher high being formed, which is an all-time high, right, which is at 2146. Okay, 2146. This is the all-time high on gold, right? But if we look at this closely, these three highs, right, there's no candle body closing above, right? So this is on the monthly, right? So if you're going to trade on the monthly candle, then which means you know that this high here is rejecting, right? This doesn't mean that it creates a new high, all-time high. It doesn't mean that it breaks above, because if you're trading on a monthly, then this is where you're going to take your sell position at, right? Because if we look closely on month of May in 2023, right? If we look closely, this shadow has closed above of this, right? But that doesn't mean it's going to break above, right? As long as there's no body breaking above, right? So you do see the price actually rejected from this high, right? From this high all the way to the low here, it's 2,600 pips, right? So this is what you will see. Okay, so based on this as well, even though it has an all-time high, it doesn't mean that it's going to go higher, right? But not forgetting that if we look at the, right, so okay, simple, on the monthly, this is your outer structure, right? So basically what you see basically is, let me just do it like this. Okay, So what I meant by outer structure is what you see is like this, right? This is what you see on your outer structure, right? But if you look at this movement, if you look at this is your outer, yeah. If you look at this movement, right? If you look at this going downwards, this momentum here, on this bigger time frame, it's a retracement, right? But on the smaller time frame, it could be a downtrend, right? It could be a downtrend, right? So on the inner structure, maybe you'll be looking at something like this, right? And then how do you want to see a buy at this level? You wait for this price to break this high, comes back, and then it's going to go higher, right? So this is what you'll be actually seeing, right? So if we look back on the monthly, right? If we are looking at this inner structure here, we can't forget that this resistance here is being broken, right? A solid break above, a retest, rejected, a retest, rejected, right? So this is what you see on the monthly. But for me, I don't use the monthly, right? I seldom look at monthly, even for weekly. Daily, I do look at it, right? Like actually last week, I did say that if the daily candle, okay, this candle, the CPI candle, right, last week Tuesday, if this candle is going to close below this low here, okay, why this low? The reason is because if you look at this as resistance, broken, broke below, broke above, and respected it, right? And then it breaks below. So like what I said is basically if this is going to break below and close below, long term we will be looking at the downwards movement for gold, right? But of course, like I've also said, the price, it will reject, right? It will do a retracement, probably at a higher level, right? Which is if my level is at this level here, right? This is my level, right? I actually mark this level. Reason why, okay? So this is daily, yeah. So I go down to the hour 4. Okay, if you look at hour 4, this daily time frame, it makes sense, right? It broke below, came back rejected, and broke above, right? So why do I mark at this level here for my hour 4 to take a sell? Right? So basically, I actually mark this zone like this, right? But this zone is at 2023 to 2028, which is about a 50 pip zone, right? So maybe a zone as big as 50 pip is not everyone's appetite, right? For me as well, is also not something that I will look for. So what I do, I go down to the 30-minute, right? I try to minimize my zone, right? So how, make it simple, how do I get this zone on the hour 4 is basically just some tips for you guys, some strategies for you guys that you can use, right? So what I see is basically this big bearish candle engulf this bullish candle. Okay, so I go down to the 30-minute, right? On the 30-minute, what I'll do is I will take the most recent engulf, right? Which is this candle here, right? So this green candle is where I'm using as my sell zone, right? If you look at the 30-minute, this red candle engulf this bullish candle as well. Okay, so I'm using this. So I hop onto my hour 4, and then I will get my final zone, right? It won't be as big as 50 pip anymore. Okay, it will be smaller, probably about 20 to 30 pips roughly. Okay, so what we get right now is 24 pips, right? About 25 pips. Okay, so I've got my resistance, I've got my daily support being broken here. Okay, so right now what I see is I want the price to definitely reach my resistance before I start selling, right? So what I do is I look at the market current price, I've marked out my zone, and I see where the market price is. If the market price is here, then I'll just wait and let the price come to me instead of me going to the price, right? So I've got my zone, and I look at the market price is at my zone, right? It's already tapped in. So what I do, if I want to get opportunity, I'll go down to the 15-minute, right? So on the 15-minute, basically, I need a confirmation before I hop in, right? There's all kinds of confirmation. If you look at just this 3 candle, 1, 1, 2, 3, these 3 candles represent a reversal, right? Then you start selling when this candle closes. You sell here, you get this profit, right? If you look at a bearish candle, bearish engulfing, right? This red candle engulfed this. How do you know it engulfed? You mark the top of the red candle and you mark the low of the red candle, right? It engulfs the green candle. So when it engulfs, then that's where you hop in for a sell, right? The moment it engulfs, you hop in for a sell. Your stop loss is definitely going to be here, but you need to give a buffer of 5 to 10 pips, right? Like I've always said. So you enter a sell, you get this movement downwards, okay? So now the zone is here, right? What I'm looking for is basically this kind of confirmation. I want to see the price actually rally, right? Create this shoulder, move up, breaking this high, comes back down, breaking this low. The moment it breaks this low, I will have my sell limit here. So I will wait for the price to, I will put in my sell limit and I'll wait for the price to take my order and actually dump. Okay, so this is what I'll be looking for, right? So on the 15-minute, the price has entered my zone, right? What do I see is I do see this rally, comes back at this low, and right now the price has broken above again, right? So right now what I want to see is the price to break below. So if the price not breaking below, then I'm not taking this trade, right? So right now we see the price rally back up, okay? So like I've said just now, when I did this analysis, if I take this high, I drag it to these highs, I don't see candle closing above, right? Which means it's a good sign, right? It's a liquidity for me, right? Which means, what does it mean by liquidity? Is basically whoever that took a sell early, and if you place a stop loss here, this actually took out your stop loss. It make you lose money, and then it starts to dump. Right now we look at this area, okay? We take this high. It also took out, right? So we do have 2 liquidity being swept. That means if people who sold early, if I sold early just now, my stop loss is going to be above here, right? Probably I will still be in the trade, right? If this is going to go higher like what it did here, then I'm going to be out of this trade, right? So I do have this structure here now, okay? Initially I was actually waiting for this structure to be broken. Okay, I needed to break below, retest and sell, right? But right now I do have this higher high here being formed. You can use this level, it's not an issue, right? But keep that in mind, which is 2 different levels, okay? This level is going to be slightly much more aggressive. This is going to be much more conservative. It's going to be much more safer, right? So if this is going to break below, you can place a sell limit here. Stop loss at this high. You give a 5 to 10 more pips. If it's a 10 pips, it's going to be 29 pips, right? Let's do it at 10 pips, okay? And then your TP is going to be at your hour 4 low, okay? Because this zone you are using the hour 4, right? So you have to use back hour 4, right? So this is going to be where your target TP is. But I did mention, like just now when I did my analysis, I did take this zone as well, okay? When I have marked out this, only then I look for the middle, what do I see, right? So in between the zones, I noticed that this is a demand area here, right? A rally-based rally, right? And if you see the price came back, it touched the zone and it just went, right? So I know that, okay, when the price is going to come back here, it's definitely going to react here, okay? So I'm going to aim for this is my first destination. I'm going to aim at this level here as my first TP. If the price taps here, then I will take partials and I'll also set BE. Okay, and then eventually I'll just wait for the price to come to this low here. Okay, so right now I have my first destination, which is here, so I'm going to aim at this level. Okay, so if I look at this level, I'm at a 4.28. Okay, which means if I trade at 0.01 lot, okay, I will lose $1. Basically, if you trade at $1 or one lot size, 30 pip, you lose 300, right? So if you're going to make it easy, you lose $1, 1 to 4.28, basically you lose $1, you gain 4.28. Right? So this is what it means by the risk to reward. Okay, so now we have this level here, which is much more aggressive. Right? If you take this level, your stop loss is going to be slightly bigger, right? You have a smaller risk to reward ratio, which is a 3.17, but this is going to be much more safer that you're going to see the price actually going to move further down, right? So this is what you want to see, right? So right now, what I've done for gold is basically I'm waiting for the price to break either of these levels, right? But if let's say what the price does now, like we can see, the price is creating high, low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and higher low. If we keep doing this, then we have to wait for a higher low to be taken out, right? Easier for you guys to understand if you see the price going this way. Now you're waiting for your confirmation, right? The price comes like this, it goes up, comes back, it goes up, comes back. If it does this, right, what you need to do is wait for this low, the most recent higher low, to be taken out, comes back, then you start selling, right? Because when you have this movement like this, right, it indicates a strong bearish momentum, right? It indicates that sellers are coming in already, right? So when you have this momentum, then that's where you wait for a retracement and you sell. Okay, so basically that's how I do my full analysis for the pairs, right? Basically, like all my other pairs, I have the zones all being marked out already. Okay, like if you look at USD CAD, I have my zones, right? All these pair, I have my zones all being marked out. So I just have to wait for the price to actually come into my play instead of me going after the trade. Okay, so like for gold, I've done what I can do, right? So I have to wait for some sort of confirmation before I actually hop in. Okay, so that is what you guys will have to do as well. Okay, so like I've said, I do have this liquidity here being taken out, and right now here as well. Okay, if we take this high to this, we have the liquidity here being taken out as well, right? So we'll see how this is going to react, because if we're going to take this and this, if this candles close below, it's also a liquidity that's being taken out, right? So we do see a multiple liquidity being taken out here. There's one here, there's one here, there's one here, and here, potential as well, right? So we'll see how it's going to play out before we actually get into position. Okay, so that's how I do my analysis. Okay, so for TikTok, I'm going to turn off my live. Okay, if you guys would like to continue seeing my live and hope, of course, to get a signal from me, I would suggest for you guys to actually hop into my Telegram channel here. Okay, there's a link in my bio. You can also search for this link in my Telegram, in your Telegram, and then just join our channel. We do education, we give you signals. We also do live every day. Okay, we do live stream every day, and if there's a possible entry for us on live, we will take it. And we've done it a few times already, right? So for those of you that have been watching me, you guys would know that I've taken a few trades during live as well. Okay, so as for gold, what we can see is it's creating a new higher high. So I will wait and see how the price is going to play out. Okay, if the price comes to my direction, then I'll be definitely in the trade. Okay, so okay, it's 9:30 now. We'll see how the Canadian is reacting. Okay, so we do see a very high pump. Okay, which it did not give us the opportunity, like I've said on USD CAD. It did a very huge pump. It did not come back here and just pump. Okay, if it's below, if it's bad, right? So what we see is 0.0, right? It's actually considered good compared to the previous. right? But we do have like a different data, which is the median CPI and also the trim CPI, which actually it was a weak CAD, right? If you look at this, it's a 3.3. It's lower than the previous 3.4, lower than the previous, which actually you need this to be greater than this to be better for the currency, right? One CPI data doesn't mean that it's going to be good, but we have two that is bad for it. So it's a mixed data. So we do definitely see a weak CAD. Unfortunately, we didn't get this pump toward the downside to get a buy, but we'll just wait for this resistance and this support area. Okay, and as for gold, I'll be waiting to see how the price is going to play out before I hop in. Okay, because right now what we see is the price has gone way higher than what I'm expecting, right? But if this is going to happen, then my low is going to be here. This is going to be the low that I want to see being taken out. Okay, and probably stop loss around here. Yeah. So okay, thank you guys for joining my live. Okay, I will update you guys if I see a solid confirmation for gold. Okay, because I've been waiting for this zone for a few days already. So if there's a solid confirmation for gold, then I will let you guys know. Otherwise, then if you want updates, please do join my channel and you will get updates from me. If I don't give you guys any update, which means I don't see a solid confirmation for gold. Okay, so thank you guys for joining. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, thank you and bye bye.